were about sixth at the bell and you were able to run down like 3 guys in the home straight, do you think like you were in the right spot, or are you thinking maybe if I was third, I might be able to respond to that move from Kajelcha or Ingebrigtsen?
Yeah, I don't think competing for first or second was probably in the cards today. I think I got a lot out of myself, but I think those guys were kind of at a different level. I mean, you saw what Jakob's done the past few months. Yomif ran away from our whole field in Zurich. He's in good form right now, and I think they were in a class of their own today. But I was sixth at the bell. Is a little choppy in there. I had to move around a little bit, and I had a good last 100 meters. But I think that was about what I wanted. A lot of times in these races, the guys go really hard in the backstretch.
The other Grant just got beat.
Yeah. A rare occurrence, yeah. But yeah, a lot of times in these fields, the guys like to go really hard on the backstretch and then kind of tie up on the home stretch. So I was trying to smooth it out a little bit, knowing how I feel best in a run. Sometimes when I extend myself on the backstretch, I don't really have the legs on the final 100. So trying to build like every 50 meters to come around and, nip third at the end. That's I was third at the Diamond League final last year, third again this year. So I like the consistency. I like the top 3 number. That's what you need to be to get a medal. So, I don't think top 2 is in the cards today.
Did part of you think, though, top 3 against a very good field today, fast time, and like, man, if I just been in that race in Budapest?
Oh, I think about that every day, man. Yeah. I mean, that's the biggest meet of the year, and I missed it. So it doesn't feel good. I try to forget about it, put it past me, but, man, that stinks. It's hard in our sport where you've got one meet that means everything and the rest that are important, but not nearly as important. So, if things don't line up, if you're sick, if you're hurt, you have a bad day, whatever, it's tough. You have to wait a whole year. So something I have to live with and hopefully learn for next year. And one step at a time next year, get on the team first and then be in best form for Paris.
You think we can get a matchup between you and Yared at 3K sometime?
That'd be a good matchup. That's probably where we start to cross over. He's probably got me everything shorter than that. I think 5K I've got him.
You can't run 3:43, Grant?
Yeah, not right now. I think I could take him at 10K. So 3K is probably about where we cross over, but it would be a fun race. We kind of have different strengths, different styles and stuff, but it would be exciting. Yeah.
Are you picking anything up and just sort of like watching these races that are getting closer and closer against Jakob? I mean, yesterday, but today, Katir at Worlds, is in terms of just like figuring out just exactly how to beat him.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's what everyone's thinking. He's a very hard guy to beat. Doesn't matter the distance, doesn't matter the time of year. If it's indoor, outdoor, people are sharp at different times, but he seems to be on it all the time. A lot of people want to beat him. He knows he's good. I respect him a lot. He has his critics, but I'm not one of them. He's a very good athlete, and he shows up, and he makes races. I mean, I like racing him. And I think a lot of people like racing him because he drags us to PRs. He's a hard guy to beat, and he brings the best out of you. You look at Josh Kerr, he ran an exceptional race, but it was all centered around mostly beating Jakob and playing his best card to get that win, because everyone knows Jakob's going to be at the front. He's going to be the guy going for the win. So we got a world record here. I'm guessing 6:23, is that what it says?
Yeah, 6:23.
Damn. Sorry I made you guys miss that.
He'll do it again next week.
Yeah. He'll bring it up a centimeter.
So Grant, what was your routine for watching Worlds? Like, were you watching from an exercise, like a stationary bike?
I was in St. Moritz. I was training. I was on my feet at that point. I'd been working out for about a week and a half, and I was watching every night. Some people hate watching when they're not there, but I liked watching. It was kind of firing me up, getting me, wanting to prove something to myself for the end of the season. So, it was frustrating, especially seeing you can't help but think like, how would I have done out there, if I were out there. But there's a lot of what ifs in the sport and they don't count. So, made the most of my situation. It was kind of weird watching, but good motivation.
And with Jakob, can you fathom running 3:43 and coming back 24 hours later and running 7:23?
Tough to think about. He's shown that he is very unaffected by doubles and triples and rounds and stuff. He's a great athlete. He can do the double. He hasn't pulled off the 5K double yet, but he's up against the best in the world, and it's impressive what he's able to do. There's not many people that can do that specific double. There's people that can do the 5-10 double. In recent years, fewer and fewer people have been able to do that. Hardly anyone does the 15-5 double in the men's side. It's impressive, yeah.
Where do you see his fall?
It's tough to say. His most recent losses, I guess you would attribute it to if you can get him to lead for a while and then try to make a hard move with 200 to go. But I'm sure he's looking at that and thinking, okay, that's where I have to work on too. So, all these little margins and loopholes that people are exploiting, I'm sure he's working on covering up. So, yeah, man, it only gets harder. As he gets better, the field gets better because they have to. And as the field gets better, he gets better too. So, as a whole, the sport's always improving. Even year after year, you might think like, as an individual, I'm getting better, I'm older, I'm stronger. The rest of the world is too. So it can be a mistake to focus on one guy, but he's the top guy right now. So I think it is something you have to factor in.